Welcome back to the Rockies franchise. We are now in episode 3 of season 3, and this Rockies team is 1-7 and teetering on the brink of looking like a complete failure just 8 games into the season. Now 9 games into the season, 1-8. We have an all-star MVP from last season playing at an atrocious level. Josh Naylor has been a wonderful signing so far, but across the team otherwise, it's been pretty disappointing, I'd say. Let's go ahead and take a look down at our AA level as we get to see one of our top draft picks last season, Colt Yamada, against the Somerset Patriots here, and maybe a look at what the future ace of this team will be. Colt can throw that fastball pretty well, slider, a two-seamer, which is definitely a dated pitch at this point, I'd say, the changeup, and the 12-6 curve. So a 5-pitch repertoire here for him, as his first pitch is a fouled ball right over the middle of the plate. Gotta hammer that one home there, Rodriguez. And then gives up a hit here on the two-seamer out to center field, and that's a base hit. So first at bat, no out for Yamada. Now second at bat is Avina, and the 12-6 curve gets him looking. Really nice pitch on that one. Finds the bottom of the strike zone, then inside on the two-seamer, and another base hit here. This one will be a double. Well, I guess it's a single, but runner gets to third there from second. And not looking good in this first inning here for Yamada, as this one's a base hit as well. Runner on third will score. A single, RBI single, and Colt having a really shaky first inning here. Can the Yard Goats get back on track? Well, the four-seamer is foul, but it is catchable. And that is our first out. Nobody will obviously test this one. And the Yard Goats at least get one away here in the first. Now 0-2, and this one's called a strike on the slider way inside, almost at his armpit. And now the four-seamer popped up, fly ball. This should be well playable. And it is. So the Yard Goats get out of the first inning, somehow only giving up 1 run despite that really bad start. Second inning now, and the two-seamer gets him striking. Now ahead 1-2. Slider is low for a ball. And Yamada full count 3-2. Misses on the four-seamer, way outside and low, and that's his first walk of the day. So another runner on base. 12-6 curve is hit into center field, and that'll be a single. Lots of hits so far given up for Colt. And then the two-seamer grounded into the double play. The first GIDP here for Colt Yamada. I expect a lot with those two-seamers to be able to get some of those. And then the four-seamer is grounded and thrown out at first. So despite some base hits given up in the second inning as well, no runs scored. Now in the third, and this two-seamer is rocketed to center field. I think we're seeing a pattern here. That two-seamer is getting hit to center often, and this one's given up for a double. Now behind 3-1, Colt able to pick up the pitch or the hit and throws it out to first. A little fielding here from Colt Yamada. Now behind 2-1, and this four-seamer is batted up. Should be playable, and it is. Second base runner will not tag to third. And the Yard Goats looking like they're going to go to the fourth inning with only 1 run surrendered, and the two-seamer up high strikes him out, and we're going to the fourth. So all things considered, lots of hits given up by Colt. The whip's not going to be great, but not giving up a lot of runs, as this two-seamer is bafflingly called a ball. And then the four-seamer fouled off. Count even 2-2. And then the two-seamer hit to right field. Yet another base hit surrendered on this two-seamer. It might be time to put that one aside for a little bit. Colt goes inside with the four-seamer and draws the strike. Now we have the slider outside. It's hit. And this one will be playable to first as the runner advances to second. So we have 1 away with 1 in scoring position. 2-2. 12-6 curve misses high. I don't know how you missed that one that badly. And then the low changeup will get the out here on the catch. So Colt not looking sharp today, as this changeup will be playable to first. And it is. We're getting lots of plays inside the infield that are able to get outs and doubles, but I'm just not super impressed so far with what I'm seeing from Colt Yamada, as this four-seamer up high and inside is good. And then this one will be a base hit just past third base. Yet another hit surrendered here for Colt. So again, that whip is not going to be very low, but the ERA so far not too bad, as the changeup outside and low is the strike. And then the 12-6 curve gets Avina swinging inside. One away now with one on base. Four-seamer inside's a strike. Looking a little more sharp here as the game's going on. And then the 12-6 curve low gets him on the check swing. That's called a strike. He goes around. Now the four-seamer, this is going to be playable, and we're going to the sixth. It's one of those rare situations where a pitcher actually settles in and gets better as their fatigue goes down. Now a strikeout here on Mendez to start off the sixth. That's one away. Colt still only one earned run given up this game so far. The two-seamer low is a strike. Now 0-2. And gets Lombard swinging on the 12-6 curve. We are two away in the sixth. Yet another strikeout for Yamada. The 12-6 curve grounded, and that will be the end of the sixth inning, as Colt still putting together a pretty strong performance here, and he is kept into the seventh. 12-6 curve inside is a strike. And then the changeup is batted up, but that is caught by right fielder. So, I mean, Colt, again, looking pretty solid here. Now, this four-seamer is hit to third, and that is going to be playable as well. Yet another grounder that just goes nowhere. One away from the eighth here, and Colt, two-seamer low gets him. Now 1-2, Colt Yamada. This one's going to be a base hit to right field, as we will not get out of the seventh there. Count full, 3-2. This four-seamer's rocketed up. It's going to center field. It stays in the park, but this will score one more run as Colt surrenders 2 runs on the day. The fatigue is starting to get up there for him, and he will be benched after this one. Not exactly the dynamic start I was expecting for a 69 overall starting pitcher in Double-A. I think we saw better from Robbie Bush and Wade Ames last year, but it's his first ever start in the majors, or I guess not the majors, but in professional baseball here, so not too bad. Let's get back to simulating as the loss streak continues. And we'll go ahead and jump into a game here against the Pirates with Zach Eflin. I really wanted to see Paul Skeens. Of course, in this game, he's only, I think, a low 80. Didn't obviously have the high overall that he had in real life. Has that great potential, just hasn't actualized it yet. This cutter low is called a strike somehow. And then the cutter up high gets Bay swinging. Eflin has had a really good start to the year. I like his pitch style a lot. A lot of these finesse pitches that can get strikeouts, but also might get a lot of just poor hits. As this one hits Eflin in the back, thankfully he is okay, and throws out at first base. Really solid first inning. Out comes Paul Skeens. And Skeens has gotten rocked to start this season, but I expect he'll get things under control. 29% strikeout through 2 games. That's pretty solid. You'll notice David Fry, as he hits this one, it's not grabbed, but that is playable to first still. David Fry gets the leadoff spot, actually batting .333 on the season because Naylor is hurt this game. And then Tommy Edman breaks his back, and Paul Skeens is able to grab it out of the air. So 2 away. Nolan sharply hits this one to center field. It falls short of center, and he will reach first. So a base hit to start our first inning here. Then Zeke pops this one up. Not great contact. And that's going to be an out in the end of the first inning. No offense to start, and with these 2 pitchers, I don't expect there to be a lot of it. Ryan McMahon, our old teammate, of course, traded him away to the Pirates, and he will hit a fly out here in the second. Still having a really weak career in Pittsburgh. Things just haven't materialized for him either place he's been in. Sinker outside, draws a strike, and 0-2, the 12-6 curve called a ball? No. But gets him inside with the cutter. A wild swing there on a pitch that almost hit the batter. Eflin now, again a cutter that's not even close to touching that square, called a strike. And then hit along the right side baseline here. Henry Davis will get a double out of this one. Nolan throwing it to Arroyo. He will not test third. So 2 away, but now a runner in scoring position. Can Eflin get us out of this inning? Yes, he can. Grounded right to Arroyo, who throws it out to first base. So some good stuff here from Eflin other than one pitch so far. Now Sean Bouchard hits this one. Pretty good contact, but it is caught. Andy Rodriguez checks in. He'll hit this one weak, jammed to third, and thrown out to first. Just didn't have the speed to reach that base. 2 away. Christian Arroyo checks in, and he is badly missing on the slider outside. Not one of Skeen's better pitches, but it doesn't matter. Eflin back in now as we have a true pitching battle here. And this one goes just past Bouchard. Hernandez grabs hold of it, but that will be a base hit, a single. So Eflin with one already on, throws right to Bouchard. Good catch there this time, does not let it get past him. And Frazier is out. So we're back through the top of this batting order. And Bay sitting on the sinker inside. What are you supposed to do with that pitch? Then the sweeping curve outside. Bay is watching it, and he is out once again. Triolo now hits this one right to Nolan Jones, and that's the end of the 3rd inning for the Pirates. So the pitching from Eflin has been on point today. Now Teoscar Hernandez, good timing, weak hit, and grounded out at first. Andy Ibanez, who has not had a great start to the season, connects pretty well with this ball. It's going up, it's going, and it falls just inside the park, right at the warning track. And unfortunately, Ibanez can't get out of the park. Now David Fry, pretty good contact on that one, but hit right to third base, and that's the end of the 3rd. You're noticing some decent timing from me and some decent contact from these guys. It's just not really going anywhere. Juan Soto now did not get anything in his first at-bat and will not get anything in his second at-bat either. Henry Davis now in, and right to Tovar, who makes the nice play over his shoulder. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. So Tommy Edman in the game now, and he strikes out here on Paul Skeens. Yet another strikeout for Skeens. Only a second actually of the game. I guess it's been mostly playable balls otherwise. And then Zeke Tovar hit to right field pretty weakly into the 4th. No offense here through 4. So we're in the 5th now. 1 away, and Brooks Lee connects with this one right in between center and left field. Tommy Edman running it down. This should be at least a double, and with the hop it took, this will probably be a triple. Relay throw, not in time to third, as Lee is safe with the triple. So now we have a runner in scoring position. Matt Frazier pops this one up, and this will be a sac fly here. Definitely going to be doable for Lee. Not really going to be close either, as we are 2 away, but a run scored now, and so the Rockies now are backs against the wall. Juwan Bay checks in, hits this one, and it falls fair just inside the baseline there. Hernandez gathers it. That'll be a double for Juwan Bay. Eflin really needing to get us out of this 5th inning here, as it hasn't been as sharp for him. Gets Triolo swinging on the cutter outside, so we escape with only 1 run scored. And now the Rockies have to answer. Arroyo with a base hit to start the center field. Not a bad way to get things kicked off. 2 away here in the 5th. And in comes Teoscar Hernandez. Can he bat in Arroyo? No. Weakly hit here, and Arroyo is out at second. So still behind 1 going into the 6th. This one's rocketed up. That's going to stay inside the park, just barely. Hernandez gathers it, and that'll be a double. Thankfully, it stays in, though, as McMahon is safe. A little revenge there with the double. Now Henry Davis with 2 away pops this one up, but Nolan Jones should be able to run this down. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. So still a chance to tie things up. David Fry back atop this order. Hits this one just over first base's head. And this will be a double for Fry. He rounds first, he's going to second, and he's easily in. So runner in scoring position here as we bring out Tommy Edman. Edman hits this one up. It's going, and it falls down. Somehow, left fielder doesn't get it. We don't test going home there. I think that was the right call. We have runners in the corners and a chance to score them. Nolan Jones misses on this one, but we do advance Edman to second. With that speed, we're always looking to test bases with him. And so we have 2 runners in scoring position for Nolan Jones, who hits this one up the middle of the field. That'll score Fry. Edman pauses at third because of my base running, but then runs in, and we've scored 2. So now Pittsburgh's backs are against the wall as Nolan Jones with the 2 RBI single there. And then testing second, and he's tagged out. On the changeup, no less. Really surprising there for Nolan, who's got decent speed, to be tagged out on a changeup. And then Tovar strikes out, and we're going to the 7th. In comes Caleb Ferguson. Now, he was a little tired going into this game, so I really needed this to go quickly. A lot of lefties coming up here, and Ferguson gets him with a 4-seamer on the first strike. 0-2, and he's out. 4-seamer low gets him. Ferguson with a good first away here. Inside cutter gets Brooks Lee swinging. Now 0-1. And the cutter outside gets him watching. 0-2. Ferguson hit right to Arroyo. Not a strikeout, but we will take that one. 2 away already for Ferguson, who has looked really solid so far. Now the 4-seamer inside. What are you supposed to do with that pitch? 1-1. Ferguson low with the cutter. That's another strike. And Frazier behind 1-2. Swings out on the sweeping curve. And that was a masterclass inning from Caleb Ferguson. Great stuff against the lefties. Sean Bouchard in the game now hits this one up the middle. Skeens can't grab it, and that's a single for Sean Bouchard, who has been one of our bright spots on offense this season, following up from his September of last season. And then Andy Rodriguez breaks his bat. This will advance Bouchard to second. Rodriguez cannot reach first, but now we have Bouchard in scoring position. Teoscar Hernandez now hits this one to center field, and Bouchard does not test home. I think he had the speed there. So we leave a run potentially on the table. At worst, we go to the 8th here, as Ibanez is going to take us there anyway. So really regretting not testing home. I didn't feel good with 66 speed, but looking back, I think that probably would have been the right call. In comes setup man Matt Barnes, who has been okay to start the year. Nothing spectacular. 4-seamer highs called a ball. I don't know about that at all. Count runs full 3-2, and Jawan Bay strikes out. Good stuff there from Barnes. Now this one's rocketed up though. Will it stay in the park? Triolo. Yes, it will stay in the park for a double. We really escaped the home run on that one, as we're now 1 away, but with a runner in scoring position for Juan Soto, who strikes on the splitter inside. Wow. Unusual stuff there from him. And he'll get walked on the 4-seamer low. So count ran full. We walk him. And they will pinch run Harry Ford. Looks like they're going all out this inning, as the 4-seamer up high strikes out Ryan McMahon. McMahon struggling a bit against us. Now Rowley Tellez steps in. 12-6 gets him watching. 2-2. This one's hit up. Edman giving chase. This could be for the game, and Edman runs it down. We're going to the bottom of the 8th with a 1-run lead. Now in the 9th, and Jose Leclerc, our save man, comes out, our closer. And this is a chance for the Rockies to win. I believe this would be my first ever full game on the channel that I've won. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's really sad to say through 3 seasons, but here's the chance. Jose Leclerc up high and inside with that cutter. That's a strike. Now 0-2. Leclerc gets him swinging on the slider, and we're 2 away from winning this game. Tamar Johnson behind 2-0, or ahead 2-0 rather, now ahead 3-0. Now 3-1, and Leclerc airmails the 4-seamer over the middle of the plate and blows the save. The Pirates have tied this game up, and now Leclerc just has to do cleanup duty and try to hold on here, as the slider inside is a strike out, rather. And Frazier striking out on the cutter, but the save was blown nonetheless. And now the offense has to get something going in the 9th. Zeke Tovar hits Skeens in the back, but Skeens quickly recovers and throws him out at first. 1 away. Sean Bouchard checks in. 1 for 3 on the day. Hits this one to left field. That's going to be a double. Bouchard advancing to second. Will not test the third as they'll throw there. But now we have a runner in scoring position. A chance to walk off. Christian Arroyo with 2 away. Hits this one up. Weak contact on a great swing timing. And we're going to extra innings. I can't believe we blew that save. And in comes Hector Neris, who has been excellent so far and was excellent last season. Of course, we have the ghost runner in scoring position. Jiwan Bay strikes on the splitter. And then Neris gets him swinging on the 4-seamer low. Bay has not had a good game against us. Jordan Lawler now hitting the sinker. That's right into the ground foul. And then the slider inside gets Lawler swinging. 2 away for Neris. 0-2, and he gets him again with the slider. Neris with a great inning here, and we're going to the bottom of the 10th. Teoscar right there. Can't advance here, though. And unfortunately, we will stay with 1 away. Ibanez now hits this one up. We could potentially tag here, but not going to risk it with only 61 speed. Didn't think that was worth it. And so in comes David Fry. 2 away. David misses on the 4-seamer. We're going to the 11th. Another chance to win the game blown here. And in comes Lucas Gilbreth, who has been pretty solid this season. We bring in the lefty. He was also tired, by the way. We don't have a lot of lefties in the bullpen. Splitter outside draws the strike on McMahon. And then striking him out with the slider up high. Lucas Gilbreth, really good against lefties. And he showed it here. Another slider strikeout on Tellez. Now 1 away from another chance to win it. The righty Davis comes in and he's watching the splitter. We're going to the bottom of the 11th. Tommy Edman hits this one, and that will advance the runner to third, as that's David Fry. And in comes Nolan Jones with that 97 hitting clutch. Unfortunately, great contact, but late timing by me. This one could have been the game. And then missing on the 12-6 curve, Jones can't win us the game. In comes Zeke Tovar, who also has good hitting clutch, but he will pop this one up. And we're going to the 12th here. So pretty disappointing stuff from the Rockies offense. Can't win the game. And we bring in Daniel Palencia because if this game goes any longer, I want someone who can pitch a few innings, multiple. And Palencia, very first pitch here is a single that will advance the runner to third. Unfortunately, just got over David Fry's head. So runners in the corners, they'll go for the squeeze play here. Arroyo gathers it and a runner will score. We don't even get an out on that. So now behind 1, and Palencia's got to get us out of this inning. This one's popped up. We have 2 on base, but we have 2 away now as Teoscar gathers that one. So 2 outs. We could at least go into the bottom of the 12th with only 1 run deficit. Palencia hits this one right to Bouchard, grounded out at first. So all things considered, not too bad, but still 1 run surrendered. Bouchard checks in. He strikes out on the circle changeup, and that means we have 2 batters left. Full count for Indy Rodriguez, who strikes out on the circle changeup. Noticing a pattern here. And then Christian Arroyo pops this one up with weak contact, and that is your ball game as the Pirates come from behind to win. Another game I've choked away, and partly I feel like my timings weren't even that bad in this episode, but it doesn't matter. Contact's not there. And with the way our team looks, I'm going to start simulating a little more heavily. The Rockies do beat the Diamondbacks and the Pirates to get a 2-game streak here, and then lose to the Diamondbacks. Can we win the series? Yes! 13-2. We actually win a series here. Beating the Cubs. Losing to the Cubs. How about another series? Lost. So 6-15. We beat the Yankees. We lose to the Yankees. We lose a series. How about the Giants? In-division rivals. 3 in a row. Can we sweep them? Yes, we can. Really solid pitching here for those last 2 games of that series. 5-game winning streak against the Marlins, and then we blow it. Lost to the Marlins, but we win the series against the Marlins. How about the Cardinals? A win, a loss, and a win. Okay, so we win several series there, but we go into May 16-20, so we've gained some ground. We're now only 5 games back from the wild card, so the season's definitely not over. But it's not where I thought it would be, and it's our offense that's actually dragging us down. 21st in batting average at 248, ERA second in the league, 318, and we're almost first. Eflin, Valdez, Snell, everybody looks great. Just can't get that offense, but thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next episode. Have a good day.